Today it is tropical immunity. I've got my drink here, I just made it. And I got pretty creative. So I'm gonna go through what I did today. So this is what I do. I'm having so much fun with this. I kind of have like a little experiment every morning, like, ooh, what if I do this? What if I do that? Which is so good because if you're like me, normally you might just have the same go-to smoothie and it gets kind of boring and then you stop doing it. And so what I love about this week is I'm trying so many different ones. So let's talk tropical today. So here's what I did. I started out with my liquids. Again, I did my almond milk and I added a little bit of the plain Greek yogurt. And this is kind of, you need a liquid in there obviously so that it can blend. So you've got the liquid there, but then also I like to have a little bit of a thicker consistency, so I like to add the yogurt. You could also add a banana, especially since it's tropical today. A banana would be good. That would also add some texture and some filling to it. Another thing I did for liquid is I added red grapes today. So that's another thing you can do. Oranges, grapefruit, grapes, those are another great thing to do in terms of getting more liquid into that smoothie. And red grapes are always a little bit better than green grapes because they've actually got more nutrition in there when they're the darker the fruit. So that's good. Okay, so I did that. Then I added my powders. So I did my Chocho plant pea protein powder we've been doing all week. That is really good. I added that. And I got to tell you, if you guys watched yesterday, like I said, I didn't have time to eat. And so I tell you, that smoothie I made, because I put the plant protein powder in there, and then I had a lot of the spinach and things in, kind of the green smoothie. It kept me going a long time yesterday. I was feeling really good, high energy all day, which was really nice. Okay, and then I also added the flaxseed to get my omegas in there. And I added hemp hearts. Hemp hearts is going to have more protein as well in there, as well as more omegas, antioxidants, really good. You can use chia seed. There's a lot of different ones, but I usually have my little go-tos. I do my flax seed and I do my hemp hearts. And then we bring in the greens. So our recipe said just spinach, but I went a little crazy. I'm growing a lot of stuff outside here because I got a planted wall and I've got the containers. So I decided I brought in some parsley. I wanted to do that. And remember, when you're doing parsley, include the stems because that's where most of the nutrition is in the stem. So don't cut away the stem. So I put some parsley in there, took a bok choy leaf because I got so much bok choy. So I cut some of that. I put some Swiss chard, got some Swiss chard right here. I took some of that and then I took some spinach leaves. So I've got 4 different leafy greens going into that smoothie. It was a lot. I actually made a lot of smoothie today. I've already drinking one. I've got all this and I've got this. So I got a lot of smoothie today. I'm going to be giving that to my kids. They're going to get all of this. Can you imagine? That's what's so cool about this. Can you imagine normally saying, hey, kids, have some Swiss chard and bok choy, parsley, and spinach for breakfast? Like, that doesn't happen, right? Like, they don't do that. So that's what's exciting about it. Okay, so I put that in there. And then I'm going to add my tropical fruit. So I had some mango. And what I did is I did frozen mango. And then I had some pineapple, because that's also, tropical. So I added some pineapple in there. And pineapple, by the way, so you know, is a great anti-inflammatory for the mouth. It's very good. So if you're ever going into, like, you're getting your wisdom teeth out, if you've got your kid going to get wisdom teeth out, or you're getting oral surgery, anything like that, pineapple before you go is very important because it helps keep the inflammation down. Anyway, so I put some mango and I put some pineapple in there, and could have added a banana. I didn't do it. I just did the pineapple and the mango. I blended it. And then you know me, I got to get my date in there because I love dates, love them. And so I put a date in there, and this thing is delicious. I didn't have to add any ice because with the frozen fruit, you really don't have to have the ice. So it worked fine. So I did that, and the most important part that I can't believe I didn't mention is ginger. I put ginger in there. Ginger is really good for you. It's very good for your digestive tract. It's really good anti-inflammatory in the body. So what I did is, this is a great little tool. I cut off some ginger, part of the ginger root here. I shaved it into the smoothie, and that's in there as well. So that is everything. So I kind of had a lot going on today. But again, guys, the whole point of this is that you want to be real creative. So, you want to have your basics. You want to get your liquid in there. And, this was tropical. So we were doing like mango, pineapple, banana, that kind of thing. And then I add my leafy greens, I add my protein powders and any of my additives, and you've got a great drink. So anyways, that's what it is for today. We've got 3 more days of this. I'm excited about some of the ones coming up because we're doing some unique ones that I've never tried before. So kind of like a coffee alternative thing.